So print is everywhere and it's going digital. This is one of the mottos of EFI. My name is Geert Lenvain, as presented by the teams of the Novaset University. I am responsible for fiery sales in Eastern Europe, and Eastern Europe for EFI is from Russia, Moscow, to Turkey, and that could be Istanbul or Ankara. I want to thank Alpha Digital and especially Mr. Marko Vic for having this platform and be able to have an audience in Serbia. I travel a lot, and on the slide is an overview of my experiences in the airplane. And for your information, if someone could tell me when the airplane was not on time, well, if I see that person in Belgium, for sure I will buy him or her a drink. This is our mission statement, and we try to focus on our products. We believe strongly that personalization is driving the digital revolution. And of course, when we develop some EFI products, we want to be sure that we optimize EFI's ecosystem against customer costs, of course. During this presentation, I will cover our company, EFI, with the different product solutions we offer. And due to timing restrictions, I will be very fast when it comes to products and products placements. But then at the end, I will transit to our website and provide you a brief demo of our latest technology when it comes to color management. EFI is a printing technology company with 30 years of innovation. We started with developing controllers, RIPs, raster image processors for our customers. And this is where we have grown since. Images are crucial for EFI. We are strong thanks to very long-standing partnerships with companies such as Xerox, for example, but also others. And worldwide, we are about 3,000 people, and 1/3 of my colleagues are in R&D. Today, EFI is part of a private equity firm, which is called the Sirius Capital Group. Our main goal is basically every image that is out there in the market in the world to have a transition from analog to digital. This is what we strongly believe. And you have here an overview of where we are active. We are active in custom online ordering, but all the way to packaging. And during the presentation, you will see where we are active and what kind of solutions we propose for that market. You could ask yourself, what are the drivers of the digital revolution? Well, I think today, and you will all agree with me, I think jobs have become very short-run. So everybody is at least ordering online, at least shopping online. Print online ordering is not that developed yet, but it's coming, and it's coming there fast. Not only we have a lot of jobs, but we have smaller jobs with a uniqueness, sometimes personalized and customized, but we see that the jobs are smaller and are more complicated. We don't like to spend too much money on manufacturing. So at least we do like to spend money on manufacturing, but we don't spend too much money on inventory. Everything is very clean operations now, mean and lean. And of course, the world out there, every customer is fighting for its profit. And of course, we print and we deliver on time. That is basically what we are looking. And I believe the economical situation today and what we are fighting against worldwide will certainly exaggerate and will certainly go faster with this digital revolution. This is a strong belief EFI has. At EFI, innovation is key. As I said earlier, I have only approximately 1/3 of my colleagues which are in R&D. We definitely invest quite of our revenue back in R&D. And EFI, we are one EFI, but our products span 3 different business units. We have a business unit in inkjet, we have a business unit in software, and last but not least, we have the fiery business unit. I will go quickly over several key products in these business units. Like I said, to end with the demo of what we believe will accelerate this transition to digitalization. Remember my words, measuring today is knowing for the future. So let's start with the inkjet portfolio. Our inkjet portfolio is quite strong, and it's strong due to this LED leadership we have. This is already 9 generations that we are investing in LED curing technology. And why LED? It says on the right side of the screen, it lower costs. Definitely, you can increase on what you are printing, and you have a better reliability of your product. And today, very important, it's a greener solution. So this LED technology that we have incorporated in our inkjet technology makes that we have a whole wide, broad range of applications that we are possible to create. You have here an overview of what we can do with our solutions. Coming back now to the engines, we have different categories, and one of the first categories is we call it wide format engines. This is usually up to 10 centimeters thickness of substrates that we can do, and it's usually a 4 or 5 channel kind of applications. And we have those engines as a flatbed, but also hybrid. Hybrid means that we can print flat, but also roll to roll. Then we are investing in this next generation of hybrid platform, as I explained earlier. So I am evolving from cheaper solutions to more heavier solutions. Cheaper solutions is usually less quality, and higher solutions, more expensive, is a better quality. So the higher speeds you go and the higher quality you are requesting, the bigger the investment you have to do. So these are engines that have 4 to 8 colors, plus white, very important, so you can print on transparencies. And after that, we also have our production printers for those customers that really are producing lots of volumes and a lot of meters in that segment. Usually those machines are roll to roll. Then we come to soft signage. 2 important engines, colors and power. We print or directly to the fabric, or we use a transfer method to put the ink on soft signage, so textile almost. Our latest and newest baby in the family is a Nozomi machine. So this is a inkjet machine which prints at 18,000 sheets per minute. And this is a machine that we have developed only and solely for the packaging industry, or at least the first versions of it is for the packaging industry. So further digitalization, so we can print basically boxes one-on-one with that kind of device. Next product in our inkjet portfolio is the Cubic. And this is a single pass inkjet machine for decoration. So we print on wood usually, and all kinds of finishing. we have in construction materials, for example. So this is the kind of environment you have to think of. Last but not least, we have EFI Creta Print. This is a company we have acquired in Spain, and this company is now responsible for making machines to print on ceramic tiles. So the funny thing is, on color management, we use a fiery controller together with Color Profiler Suite to define colors, and of course to reduce waste, because in the past colors was a kind of invention. You started to put a dye into the ceramic and you print it, and depending on the temperature of your oven, you had a dark blue or a light blue tiles that were coming out, so quite some waste. And we have put there a fiery with Color Profiler Suite to take care of the color management. And then we come to EFI Reginani. This is a company we acquired in the north of Italy, and their DNA in textile is very strong. Just after the Second World War, they have this technology in their house, and those kinds of machine is really for production of textile printing. And those machines are basically situated in Southern Europe and Asia. The last machine we have in our inkjet is a single-pass textile, which is called Bolt. And this is very productive engine. So far, I think we have placed 4 units worldwide, and it's counting. So it's a very latest machine that has just been launched, I think 1.5 years ago. Of course, we don't do it all with engines. We don't do it all with products. We also have software which helps us with our customers. All of our software solutions are, of course, certified, which means that our web-to-print solution works very well with our CRM portfolio, as it does with the Fiery server, for example. That's it, yeah. Here you have an overview of our portfolio of software solutions. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you see that we have a very strong approach in what we call quick print suite. So this is for the low end of the market, where investments are not that big and margins are very much under pressure. But then we have a portfolio in the mid-market suite, which covers the majority of the graphic arts world. And of course, depending on the specialties in our environment, we have dedicated programs for packaging or corrugated as well. So we start, when we say certified, we start with the fact that we have on top a web-to-print solution which will acquire the jobs. We can do that directly with the web-to-print system, which is called Market Direct Storefront. But we also can use some marketing engines like Direct Smile, which enables some marketing automation. So depending where and how you're going to access jobs to bring back to your company, this will be the way forward to look at it. And then, of course, you have a whole palette of intelligences, products, which will enable and give the suit a better fit to your environment, to your end customer's environment. So this is quite fast and a quite straightforward approach that we have. And we come now to the fiery part. As my colleague from Alpha Digital has explained, that the Irides is the latest version of the Irides has the latest version of our Fiery software. We call this Fiery software FS400 Pro. And you have here already basically the 4 action points that a Fiery will always work on, and what we want to do with the Fiery in the market. So a Fiery definitely needs to have or at least needs to deliver the best imaging technology with accurate and consistent colors. A Fiery DFE or a Fiery RIP needs to be very fast. We don't like to wait when we have something to print, or at least RIP first and then print. A Fiery is very ease of use, very approachable, very intuitive. And of course, our Fiery DFE needs to be able to connect to, of course, our own workflows that we have developed, but also third-party workflows like is out there, the Agfa Apogee workflow, for example, or the Prinergy workflow, and carry on. I think if you look at today's market challenges, this is from a report or a study we have done at the beginning of 2020, so before the COVID. But I think it's worthwhile and it's applicable with or without COVID. It's a bit the same slide as I showed you earlier with the digital transformation, but now it's more related to workflows. And I think at the end of the day, when we print something, and depending on the technology we use, the color that the designer has in mind, or at least the end customer has in mind, definitely needs to be on the printed material, wherever it's a printed sheet, it's cardboard, it's soft signage, it's wide format printing on some kind of exotic material. The blue that is in the back of his mind, or the green that's in the back of his mind, needs to be the green on the material. So basically, these are some common pitfalls, obstacles that I have listed. For the cut sheet printing business, so for the digital cut sheet printing, I think this is unnecessary click charges, what we need to think about. We need to think about paper waste from incorrect output, because there is no visual preview, for example, or the engine provides an unreliable color shift between job runs. This is something, of course, we don't want. So basically, this is the overview of this slide. Within Fiery, we have created several levels of automation. And the first level, if a customer invests in a digital machine with a Fiery print server, an external Fiery print server, that operator can access hot folders and presets and start a basic automation from there. After a while, if that operator has gone through some trainings and some experiences, he can, on reoccurring jobs, he can save the presets with a certain imposition, and then each time that job comes back, he can attach that preset to that job, and everything goes automatically into the workflow. Then we have a Fiery job flow base. There's a little asterisk there because Fiery job flow base is standard on each external Fiery, and as a customer you can expand to a full version of job flow. But the third level basically will add some, let's say, intelligence to the workflow. So you'll be able to do some corrective measures using job flow there. Of course, Fiery job flow on level 4 gives you more possibilities and more functionalities basically than job flow base. On number 5, very important, we have seen that automation is also going to this automatization level, and time is very crucial, because usually in a process of a job, the person who has the least amount of time is basically the person at the end of the production, and that is in this case the finishing. And together with a Fiery, we can print commands on a sheet outside the printing, outside the printing area, for example, or on the printing area, but outside the finishing area, where we can put some codes, and then with those codes we go to an offline finishing, and that the device will set itself automatically, and the only thing you need to do is press the start button, and the operator will be able to finish. And I'm thinking about business cards, I am thinking about wish cards, something that needs to be folded and cut. So these are the kinds of finishing, purely 100% digital, of course, but these are the kinds of finishing that we are thinking about. And then the sixth level is basically the integration into our business systems, like I told you earlier, in our different suites that we have available for the market. And this makes that our customers basically can, before they start to print a job, check if there's enough paper, check if the machine is available, check if the quote pricing measures the pricing, total job pricing, so that you know as a user or as an owner that you have made profit for that job or not. And if not, you need to know where, because then you can take management actions, evasive actions, to make sure that the next time this job is printed between the boundaries that you have set to make margin on that kind of job. So this is where we see the automation. And you see here a slide where you see all of our portfolios. And on the left top, you see a gray cut sheet device. So this could be a Xerox machine, but also could be from another brand. And the cement to have this unified print room basically is the Fiery. So the Fiery is at the middle of everything. And this comes basically to my demonstration almost. We have developed this EFI IQ Cloud Services, and this platform consists of different elements. We have a color guard, which is a payable option. We have EFI Manage, which is also payable options. But then you have EFI Go, EFI Insight, and EFI IQ Dashboard, which are free. So today, if you have a device and a Fiery is connected to it as an end user, you can register to EFI IQ and make use of the free parts. And the best way to show you is to go to a demo. So what this will do is the following. Let me bear with me as I swap and change the necessary stuff. Okay, do you see my screen from the internet? The Explorer?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, cool. So how to access this page? You go to our EFI website, you go to products, and if you click EFI IQ for cut sheet, you come into this, this website. You can sign up, as I said, so with your email address from the production, for example. But the nice thing is, as an end user, you can also select for a live demo. Here you have to select which type of machine you have. This is inkjet, and on the left side is cut sheet. So this is EFI IQ Dashboard, and this is a free part, as I explained. We have here, so this is a demo website. So we have configured 21 devices, excuse me. But those 21 devices, we have put them in several clusters. So the clusters could be, if you have a big company and you have a production site situated in location A or in location B, this is how you would manage your different devices here. It gives you an overview, basically, on what is happening in your production site. So you see what they are printing, how many color, how many black and white, for example, how many jobs they have printed, and you see very clearly if things are going well or if things are going wrong. to EFI Insight, which is also a free part. EFI Insight basically is the marketing tool of this new platform. So with widgets, and those widgets you can change in place like you want to. So you can manage your own dashboard as you want. But here you see a trends or an analysis of what is happening with your production workflow. So basically now we have selected a certain amounts of devices, and we see, for example, if you have a production device which is driven by Fiery, you see that your operator, how many jobs are coming in using a certain workflow. You as an owner, you could have invested in a very expensive workflow, but you see that your operators are just importing the jobs in a wrong way. And of course, this could result, of course, in mistakes and reprints, and this is something you don't want to. You see here, and you can very much program your own widget or dashboard as you want to follow up on what's happening in this environment. Okay, if I go to the top here, I can go to the last one. EFI Go is not on there, but EFI Notify is also a free part. And EFI Notify is just a messaging service. It will send an email when something is going wrong to the production manager or to the owner. So this EFI IQ dashboard and all of these tools in that one is not for operators, but it's for production managers or owners of the company. EFI Manage is a payable solution, and this is something like if you have a lot of digital machines that are driven by Fiery, you can deploy software packages from one point to another. So this is quite nice if you have several devices which are the same, and you need to deploy software or patches or Microsoft updates. This is where you can see it all. So basically, I take this group. These are the 5 engines. So you see on top here, we have the 21 engines initially, but I took a group of 5 engines, and you see all of the engines which are named. One of the 5 is online, the rest is offline. So you could ask yourself what is going on there. Maybe there's a maintenance schedule for the other 4. You see that here the operator received a message that he needs to take care of his engine. If you click on the engine, you can see the paper. You can see what's going on with some of the consumables in there. You can see how the engine is being utilized. So you can really dig into the details and take adequate decisions when it comes to managing your production workflow. If I go then to Color Guard, excuse me. So Color Guard basically is a verification procedure. We all know that color management is a very tough one. Looking over time at a certain device, it's very difficult to see if that device is printing correctly. It's a very much offline process. We don't see the trends, or nobody measures the trends. With Color Guard, you do. So with Color Guard, your operator gets a schedule to calibrate the engine first, and then he can also get a verification schedule. And that verification schedule, he needs to measure it with Color Profiler Suite and a spectrophotometer that is delivered usually with the solution. And in the cloud, the verifications are sent after measuring it, and immediately the operator gets a go, no go if it has passed or not passed his workflow. So you see here for this printer at the bottom, it failed twice, but it passed 5 times. What is nice is that immediately on the dashboard, you see what is the delta E. the average delta E that you have between the engine or between the verifications schedules, and also you see the peaks when a delta E has gone skyrocket. What is nice is that you can see the history of all the verifications, and if you see a past verification, you can open it and save it as your own color reference. So you could have this customer with the special needs on color management, and you could say, look, I'm going to save that color reference and use it for that customer. So you can adapt you can adapt. You should not, yeah. So you can adapt the color reference. It uses the standards which are out there in the world. So we have a G7 definitely for the US, Graco for the US as well, but in Europe we use the FOGRA 51 as a verification or as a color reference that we need to target against. This is where you schedule your calibrations and your verifications with the operator. So in this, as an overview, if I go back home and I go back to the dashboard, you really get an overview of what is possible there in automation, and especially when it comes to managing colors and calibration and verification. So that's a key in this environment. Let me switch back to my presentation. Okay. You should be seeing back my presentation. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. I'm almost at the end. The presentation is available for you. I'm sure that it will be downloadable somewhere. If not, please contact me. But the demonstration site, this is where you find your way to that demonstration site. And I would like to end with the fact that we do it for our customers. I think this is very important. We all know that a company employs people, and those people have a family. So if things go bad, we don't want to be there at the basic. And this is why it's important that our customers and all these family-owned businesses, because this is where it all started from, that we help them, we support them, and we nourish them. If you have questions, please ask. Otherwise, I will receive the questions and I will answer them later. I would like to thank you for this opportunity, and it's Friday noon, and I wish you, of course, a good end of the week. Thank you.